The love story of William of Gloucester and Zsuzsi Starkloff started like a fairy tale but ended in tragedy. Nearly 50 years later, not a day goes by without Zsuzsi thinking of the man she calls the greatest love of her life. Prince William of Gloucester, a cousin of the late Queen Elizabeth II, was fourth in line to the throne at the time of her wedding in 1947, where he served as a page boy. But William never had ambitions for the crown. From a young age, he chose not to follow strict royal protocols and instead joined the military, seeking adventure and a life away from the constant scrutiny of the royal family. In 1968, William moved to Japan for a diplomatic post, and it was there at a party that he met her, Zsuzsi Starkloff, a Hungarian-born model. It was love at first sight. Friends, subscribe to our channel. Help us become bigger and better. Zsuzsi still wears a necklace with a ring bearing the letter W, a gift from William, the man she calls her one true love. As the eldest son of the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, William was regarded as the most handsome and charismatic royal of his generation. The press often dubbed him the James Bond of the monarchy. Royal biographer Christopher Wilson described him as a brilliant and striking figure in the royal family, intelligent, strong, and entrepreneurial. He was the shining star that everyone seemed to forget. In 1958, William went to Eton, followed by Cambridge University. Even though he was born a potential heir to the throne, William never really identified with the royal role. In a rare TV interview, he explained why he chose a diplomatic career over the traditional military path of most British aristocrats. He said, "I lived two lives. On one hand, I was Prince William, a royal, treated with respect. On the other hand, I was just a regular person with my own dreams and ambitions. If given a choice, I would have done things differently in some situations." It was through his work as a diplomat that William met his Cinderella. At the time, Zsuzsi, a single mother, was thriving as a model in Tokyo. She had a flourishing career, becoming the face of Revlon, and spent her time balancing work and life with her teenage daughter. Upon learning that William was stationed in Tokyo, Zsuzsi convinced a friend hosting a masquerade ball to invite him. She even concocted an elaborate plan to meet and captivate the prince. At the party, William received a playful note that read, "Dear Prince, we hear that without you, the party just isn't the same. Also, we've lost a shoe labeled Cinderella." Zsuzsi dressed as an Indian princess, while William came as a lone ranger in a black cape and mask. They danced together, and from that moment, their love story took off. Their romance blossomed quickly. According to a Channel 4 documentary, about 3 months into their relationship, William told Zsuzsi, "I never imagined love could be this beautiful." The couple secretly rented a house by the ocean, where William would cook breakfast for her, making their private moments even more special. Shigeo Kitano, a former business partner of the prince, witnessed their relationship firsthand. In the documentary, he recalled how deeply in love William was with Zsuzsi. She was stunning, with big brown eyes and long chestnut hair. She dressed beautifully, had grace, and was incredibly intelligent. Her Japanese was flawless, Kitano remarked. However, news of William's love affair didn't sit well with everyone, especially back in England. In 1969, Princess Margaret, William's cousin, traveled to Tokyo, supposedly for British Week, an event celebrating UK-Japan trade relations. But many believed the real reason for her visit was to put an end to William's romance. According to Zsuzsi, she first saw the princess at the theater. Someone pointed Zsuzsi out, and Margaret gave her a surprised look. In private, however, Margaret told William that Zsuzsi was sweet and interesting and didn't blame her for William's feelings. Royal biographer Christopher Wilson believed Margaret was being less than sincere. He claimed the princess had been sent to break up the relationship, as a royal marriage to a single mother with a modeling background was seen as inappropriate. Margaret might have even harbored personal resentment, having once been forbidden from marrying her first love, Peter Townsend, because he was a divorced man with children. Upon returning to London, Margaret wrote to William, urging him to be patient and see how things played out. Ultimately, William couldn't have married Zsuzsi, and secret royal rules required the Queen's consent, which was unlikely. Though William initially waited, in 1969, he made up his mind to marry Zsuzsi. But a family tragedy struck. His father, the Duke of Gloucester, suffered a stroke, forcing William to return to England. There, he was pressured into ending the relationship. William pleaded for Zsuzsi to come to England, believing everyone would love her once they met her. But Prince Philip advised him to let go, warning that the royal family was in a fragile position and any scandal could damage the monarchy. For 2 years, William was prevented from returning to Japan. Zsuzsi remained patient, knowing that William wouldn't give up on her. But on August 28, 1972, their story ended tragically. William died in a plane crash shortly after takeoff near Wolverhampton. He was only 30 years old. At the time of his death, he wore a ring, a replica of the one he had given Zsuzsi when they became engaged. William's nephew, Prince Charles, was deeply affected by his uncle's death. He later vowed that if he had a son, he would name him William. Though devastated by her loss, Zsuzsi carried on for the sake of her daughter. She never remarried. To this day, she keeps William's memory alive, wearing the ring with the letter W on a chain around her neck, a symbol of the love that was taken from her too soon.